Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Retz, and this is Mine Mogul. Today, we're going to be checking out the new map called Big Cave. And supposedly, we have a lot more space to build, specifically in the starting area, and a few new features have been added. So without further ado, let's head right in. Alright, here we are coming down into the mine, and yes, indeed, we do have a lot more space to build. Now, before we get too far, I want to check out some of the new quests that we have in the game. So as you can see, a lot of these early quests are the same, but further on down the line, we have the ability to purchase a casting furnace and make steel. But not only that, we can also produce gears, which I believe are of each type of ore, and they have added clusters that can be broken down into geodes. And it does look like those geodes can be polished, but that is not all. We also have a threading lathe that has been added, so we can make threaded rods instead of just the base rods that we're used to. And of course, here at the very end, we have the Steel Mogul quest added, as well as getting updates to the Copper and Iron Mogul, and also the Gold, as we just have gears added to that one. And for the Mine Mogul quest, the final quest, there's been a lot more added, including polished amethyst geodes, polished celestite geodes. We have the whole steel series here, but there have been some reductions in terms of less iron and copper, and also gold things that are needed. So that is a welcome change. But without further ado, let's pick up our pickaxe and start questing. And here we go with our 5 iron ore deposited. We can now purchase our ore magnet from the computer. That's going to cost us 50 bucks. But with this, now we are able to pick up a lot more ore at once. And so let's go around and find ourselves some coal and iron ore. Look at that, we just popped a... what is that called? A cluster? Yeah, that's an iron cluster. And we can manually break that down by hand. And we also have these boxes that have been added, which may or may not contain items inside of them. And it looks like this one has a couple of iron ingots that we can sell for some money. Alright, here we go. Let's pick all of this stuff up here. Is there anything special inside of this box here? We do have a iron ore piece, a large iron ore piece, and a gold ingot that we'll take in. I'm hoping we have enough iron ore collected to finish off this quest. It looks like it, just looking at the ball of ore that we have here. We'll put that in. We did have a little bit of overkill, but we now are going to purchase our very first auto miner. But now, with that said, we have 2 new quests. We need iron ore and coal ore. So we want to put this on a node that produces iron and coal. And that, as a matter of fact, looks like the one right there. So I'm just going to let that run. I'm going to start collecting some of this other coal that's around the map, and we'll see how far we can get. And I guess you can actually obtain gems from these, like, static chunks that are around the world. This just came from an iron chunk. Static iron chunk. So that's cool to know. I didn't know that. They might have changed that. But we're going to put this diamond in here for safekeeping. The other thing I want to do is I want to deposit all of this stuff as well. And we have another diamond there too, so I'm actually going to open this back up. And we'll have to place this diamond in there as well. We're already on a good start. And here we have another load of mainly iron to deposit, which isn't even going to get us halfway. I'm going to check inside these mine carts too. So we have a piece of copper, which I'm going to take out, but not deposit yet at this point, because we're going to need copper in a little bit for one of the future quests. So that's going to stay there for now. And we have found our first broken drill bit. These are going to be needed for quests later down the line as well. So these are also going to be something that we're going to store here in our desk area. So now I did see that iron ingot in there. We're going to take that out. And that's going to come with us to get deposited. And we'll also grab a big pile of the ore that we've been producing over here. And we are almost done the iron ore portion. So let me find one more iron node. Or one more iron chunk, I guess, rather. Here is a final iron node. If it's going to give us 3 pieces we need, and it sure does. Now we just need to focus on our coal. And we're obviously just going to keep depositing some iron too, especially if it's in a big clump like this. I know I have the ore crusher quest that just popped up where I can purchase the ore crusher. I'm going to need to produce crushed ore. And I'm not going to worry about that yet. I want to just take care of this coal ore quest first. We can just continue depositing the iron produced by the auto miner for a little bit of extra cash. And I'm also going to take down these boxes in preparation for the future. As I kind of have an idea what's coming. So here we have a polished gold ingot that we'll send into deposit. And another diamond that we're going to save. We've already found, what, 3 diamonds. 3 diamonds and a broken drill bit. Now I wonder if there's any more coal out here in the wild, or if I'm going to have to just kind of wait it out with the auto miners. And there's a lot of new area to explore with this new map. Look at that, it costs $9,600 to blow this up now. Everything isn't free anymore. We just need 7 more coal ore. And now this should be our final 7 ore pieces, our final 7 pieces of coal ore that we need. And that opens up the gem collector quest. I guess I was mistaken. I thought we needed to finish that one to further the crushed quest line, but I guess if I would have looked at this, it is the gem collector quest. We do have our 3 diamond gems if we want to deposit those right away. But I think I'm going to want to wait to actually be able to sort those out. So I need to keep at least one of those. And let's go down the ore crusher path at this point. So with that, we also have the scavenger hunt quest come available, where we need copper ore, gold ore, and the broken drill bit that we found. So let's go ahead and deposit this broken drill bit before we lose it. And there we go. That part is taken care of. And I'm also going to deposit 2 of these diamonds. I am going to need that 3rd one for a sorter conveyor. But first, let's set up the ore crusher that we just purchased. And I'm going to set this back. This doesn't seem to make much sense, being that I'm pretty far away, but I have a lot of money. And I really kind of want to get this somewhat set up for the future, as I've kind of been able to see into the future. Let's go ahead and pick up a bunch of these. I know we need at least 2 sloped conveyors. And we need 1 sorter conveyor. And let's just start with that for now. So these 2 sloped conveyors have to go here. There, and so now that's ready to be hooked up, but what I want to do is I actually need to make my sorter conveyor. I don't know if this is the most optimum way to do this, but we're just going to put it in right here. Put it right there, and we need our diamond to go in this top part of the basket. That means it's going to kick out all of our diamonds right here in front of our little spot. We can finish this off. And then come back over here and send this straight into our chute to sell. And that's going to sell our crushed iron. And in the meantime, we're going to go complete the scavenger hunt quest. And to complete that scavenger hunt quest, I need 12 copper ore and 8 gold ore. I know that the gold ore is over this way, so I'm going to head on over here. There's also some copper ore over here, I guess, too. How many? There's plenty over here that we'll be able to pick up. I think we got lucky with a little bit of that RNG, meaning we should have everything that we need right here. I think if I do this one, that's going to take care of our needs for both gold and copper. And there we have it. Another quest has come available, and that is Coal Crusher. And that is a lot of crushed coal. 1,200 crushed coal. There we go. We have that running. In the meantime, we can take a look at Advanced Brain. We head to the research tab, and we need to research something. And they did add something in this most recent update called the mining helmet. And I definitely need to have this be the very first thing that I researched. This mining helmet is going to allow us to not require to be carrying around this lantern all the time. And I think now we can start working towards increasing our production speeds. Meaning, we're going to add another auto miner. It would be good to expedite our crushed coal, but I think that's just a dead end. Yeah, that's just a dead end, so we'll get that over time. I think the best thing to do here is money. And so we're going to be making iron ingots next. So we want to actually expedite this crushed iron progress. So we're going to send this conveyor belt over here like this. And I need one more. You got to be kidding me. For now, we're just going to do that. I know it doesn't look the best. I don't like having this in our final builds, but we just need something rough for now. And I believe a couple of our next quests are going to involve copper ingots. We're going to need to do copper at some point. So I am actually going to come in here and start making a path towards the copper section. And there's the diamond that we need. I'm going to deposit this diamond direct. And now we're just waiting on an emerald. And we're not producing any emeralds at this point. So that's going to be a little bit yet. But this is, I think, the only free dynamite usage that we get. So let's go ahead and take a look. What's through here? And this is a copper node area. We'll see where this comes out. I assume there's going to be some good stuff on the other side of this. And this is one of the geodes that we're going to have to save for later. Now we've got some more diamonds, some gold, and some copper, and a ruby. And there is the emerald that we need. That is perfect. Now is what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take these back first. And this geode is going to go right back here. For now, this emerald is going to go directly into here. Or do I want to save it? I actually want to save this. Because I think those copper nodes are going to produce emeralds. So we'll just produce an emerald over time. And let's go ahead and purchase our blast furnace now. So we're obviously going to need copper and iron ingots. So let's actually purchase a second one. And I guess we're also going to need a sorter conveyor. Because we have to sort coal from iron. What I want to do, I think, I'm going to make 2 of those there like that. We're going to run conveyors directly in there to deposit those ingots. With that, we're going to send our crushed ore back this way. We're going to need gold at some point too. We just place a small little extension there for when we add gold. It shouldn't be too far away. So we have 26 cents to our name now. But this should be enough to complete this. So that we can start making money again. So if I go ahead and start all of our miners back up. And now that I put that copper in there, we should be able to drop all of this material that we've already mined onto the conveyor. It all should be sorted out appropriately. I do just have to be careful so I don't overload my sorters. Oh, and those ingots actually need to be taken out. Those are I don't want those to be crushed. Instead, I'm gonna put those directly in here. And here we are. We've got a pretty nice system working so far. But now I think the goal is going to be actually running a conveyor all the way back here. For that, we're going to need some cash. So I'm going to deposit all of this stuff. I'm going to put the ruby off to the side for later. In our handy dandy desk drawer here. And with that, we just have to wait for our auto miners. Hopefully one of these also produces coal. That does mainly produce coal. I'm going to do that one first. We need help with the crushed coal. My thought process here might be that we want to deposit these diamonds. We should be able to produce any diamonds that we need in the future. Hopefully this gives us quite a bit. Oh my god, that gave us a lot of money. That was the right play. That was the right play. There's that. Let's head back here. Now we're going to really be producing copper. We have this final copper ore. So if we add this final auto miner, we'll actually be fully maxed out in this room. There we have it, our final auto miner for our first copper area. And with that said, we're going to actually finish our copper ingot production for that. I did hear a emerald drop for us, meaning we're done with gem collector. Let's go ahead and check the next quest, which should be another gem collection. Oh, it's produce. It is purchase a polishing machine, and we already unlocked the shaker table, but we need to deposit ruby gems, which means we have to set up a shaker table loop. To be honest, is what I have to do is I have to swap this around. So I'm just going to put the shaker table part on the inside of this. So this right here is going to be where my polishing table is going to go. All gems are going to be sorted out through here, obviously. And then we need to make a special loop here for all of our coal. Meaning I need one more sorter conveyor. We just send it around like that. It'll drop onto the shaker table, which again, we're going to need 3,500 to even get it placed in there. And then we'll just have a special thing called a conveyor ledge here at the end to place it back on here. And if I open this up and I place if I place coal in here, it'll divert the coal like this. We also need to have a piece of crushed coal in there as well. So we'll put that there. We'll put this here. Those two are going to end up going in this sort of conveyor. And that is the lid that we're going to put on it. Alright, so I let the game run for a little while. We now have just over $4,000, meaning we can purchase a brand new shaker table. And when we place that shaker table right there, and we add one of these pieces there, these two coal pieces into there, and we should be producing rubies off of that. And there we have it. Our very first ruby produced by the shaker table. Oh, and I actually completely forgot. Huh, I'm an idiot. We still have this in here. I thought I had to sort it out, but if I just sort out the coal, I actually don't have to. So, we really have 2 rubies that are done. And look at that. We have enough money for a polishing machine. So we grab that, and we can also do our polished gold quest for producing polished gold ingots. So my polishing table is going to go here at the very end. And now let's go ahead and test it out with this emerald that we pulled off the side. And we should get a polished product. We indeed do. First, polished emerald gem. Let's make a very long run back this way. Because we'll need a lot of space to produce a lot of different products. This will be where we split into our 3 types. And we just connect those like that. There shouldn't be anything that pops out of here. Then we have these leading up here to our smelters. And I am going to need to purchase one more blast furnace. And with that, we should be ready to go. These then are going to go over here. We sort it out like this. That's iron, that's copper. Oh, and this is why I haven't been making money, as I forgot. I haven't been putting these into... And there's our 2,500. Here's this, 2,500. Purchase. And we'll blow it up. And that is very convenient. 3 emeralds for that one explosion. Let's go ahead and take these back, get these on the conveyor. Wow, okay. That's one of the new big miners. That goes right there. We're going to clean up everything in here, and I'm going to take all this gold ore back. So I should be able to get a handful of ingots. I just have to make sure I polish them. Now with this huge wad of gold material, I obviously have to let it run through the sorters. There we go. We've got our gold ingots being produced. All right, let's go ahead and make another gold run. Now, all of this has to go through our system also. Then I can go over and start worrying about those ingots that are all piling up over there. And there we go. As long as that does not overflow, we have everything taken care of in terms of the gold. There's still gold being produced up there, but I just want to make sure that this does not overflow, and it looks like it's going to be okay. Let's put all of these gold bars in through the polisher. I wonder how much capacity this stuff... Oh. Basically everything. We put these through the polisher, and then we will actually be done with that quest. Now, we're still working on the coal crusher. We're just about done with that. So that's a dead end. So we're good on that. Polished gems 2 will just naturally be completed over time. But then we're on to the rolling mill. As a matter of fact, let's just throw all of this into there. We did just finish the crushed coal. So that's no longer on our mines. Which is what I want to actually do then, is take this away. Because if I take that away, everything's going to go over there. This can actually be taken out. Because we no longer need crushed coal in particular. All that coal can be sorted through there, be pushed onto the shaker table to produce our polished ruby gems. Now, one thing I think I do need to add is a polishing machine somewhere here. But I don't know where. I've got the money for it, so the money's not the concern. If I jump it like that, extend it like that, and I jump, and I jump, and then I spin that corner, and that's all it takes. That means we're producing polished ingots. To be honest, I just want to finish this polished gems 2 quest. Then we're on our large main quest line to get us to actually become the Mine Mogul way at the end. Or is this the gold? This is the gold right here. So if I buy this right now, actually, and I blow this door to smithereens, or this throughway here, that means I have a shortcut. So yeah, I'm gonna need a lot of conveyors. And there is our very last piece. So now this line is actually connected. Thankfully, gold is produced at a little bit slower rate than the other ores. So once this gets rolling and gets caught up from the big influx that I'm about to give it, it should be able to keep up no problem. Here comes our gold. It has spread out pretty nicely. So one thing about these conveyors is it spreads out material evenly. I should say evenly. It spreads out the material nicely if it's going a long enough distance, traveling a long enough distance. So yeah, we are backing up. And there we go. We'll be backing up very slightly. But I think on the average, clear through this sorter. This is super cool. We've got a couple of big piles here ready for us. Gonna be a lot of money, and then we're gonna be onto our rolling mill. But that is gonna be where I'm gonna end this episode. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to drop a like, and I would really appreciate a subscription to the channel so that you do not miss any future uploads from me on this game or any games in the future. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.